All right, so this is still like an incredible first 2 weeks. I was just looking at when have we had 3 days to prepare for a team that we weren't traveling 5,000 miles. It's just so we have I had to take yesterday off, and we needed to, so we have 1 day to get everything. The coach obviously worked yesterday, but 1 day to get everything in with our guys. North Carolina certainly is in a similar situation, and there's a lot to cover, and we got to do what we do well and try to, keep them from, they just will run you right out of the gym if you don't play great transition defense and take good shots at the other end. They're obviously it's a great program in a lot of transition too, even more than we're in, with so many new players, but they really have been good. Michigan State had a great defensive game plan. Right now, Michigan State is really, with the exception of Jackson, is playing so well defensively. Everybody's a year or two more into it, and they're really good. And so that was a great win for our league, and we'd like to get another one.
Mark?
Coach, I know it didn't end well for UNC in Portland, but I was wondering if there's anything from watching the tape of them there or anything else that stuck out to you.
No, I mean, just watching how they, that whole trip, they went out and played Stanford first, and then I think they had Portland, and then they had Arkansas, and finished with Michigan State. They've been very busy. No, they're the same really well coached team with great length. Barry is even playing better than he did all last year, and he was tremendous last year. It's a really good basketball team. They're going to change defenses on occasion, just as far as not going to zone, but double teaming you, trying to take you out of your rhythm a little bit. Their defense is excellent, and offensively what they do is really very efficient. And they got a great flow to what they do.
John?
Coach, what was Charles' biggest adjustment from all that practice last year into performing in games this year, and how well has he made it?
I mean, he's so, like, if you said he's trying to climb this mountain of what he has to do to really be an elite player, he's like, if there was 10 miles, and he's on number 1 or 2 mile. And it's just, but he keeps climbing, and that's what we like. So he's still just sort of trying to figure out, what's the next right play to make, and studied video with us a lot. And so he did it last year as well. But it's tough. It's when you, so I couldn't make this comparison before. When you see somebody every day, you don't appreciate the strides that he's made. But if I would go back to when he first got here, I could see this elite athlete that was really trying to figure a lot of things out. And I just love the way he's learning the game, seeing the floor, doing a lot of different things that we frankly need very much this year.
Sure.
Two-parter. What you mentioned the other day that Jerron's been struggling right now. What specifically is he having an issue with? And
His stats in practice and games haven't merited him to be able to be out there, whether it's shooting percentage, assist, turnover ratio. We take a stat on everything, the whole summer. And if his stats don't show right now, no matter what, pick up ball when the coaches can be there, everything. He just hasn't performed at a level I know he can perform at. So we just keep working with him every day, hoping that all of a sudden his performance will match the ability we believe he has.
And Roy mentioned that you guys exchanged shooting drills a couple of years ago.
Yep.
Talk about what you gleaned from that.
Well, we got a bunch of shooting drills now, but he was looking, I forget where we were talking, and I was thinking, he was saying his kids were taking bad shots, and how do we do some shooting? I don't know how we got to that conversation. And I gave him a couple of our special shooting drills, and then he called me up a couple of days later and said, we did them, some of our kids really did well with them, here were the numbers, were they good numbers? I said, yeah, that was great, and the other guy, now you got a benchmark to measure with your kids. So we have stayed in close contact, I shouldn't say close. There's every couple of months, somehow our paths will cross. And really enjoy the company whenever I've had that time to spend time with them.
Chris?
You haven't had many point guard platoons. With your big men, you always said 10 and 15 for numbers from the center position was good. Do you have those numbers from the guards, what your expectations are?
No.
As a group?
For there's 40 minutes,
Right, for the 40, there's 40 minutes. okay.
40 minutes.
So you don't have like a specific number, like a points and assists? that you
Who
would-
seems to be playing well, and who played well in practice the day before.
Right.
And that's the way it's gonna go until somebody, goes forward. So we have to, what we gotta just do is focus on what's next, and, they've, two of the three have been on the scout team so far just to get them reps. It's not a demotion, it's a promotion, so that you're not sitting sharing with three other guys. It allows me to see, make the right plays with the scout team, and it gives you maybe a better feel of what the other team's running.
But I mean, as a group collectively, do you have a number in terms of points that you need from that group?
No.
And assists? Okay.
Just help help you make the other guys better, and you will have good numbers yourself.
Andrew?
Coach, I was gonna ask about Roy Williams as well. I guess I was shocked when you said you haven't faced him yet. Are you surprised you haven't?
Yeah, really. No, and
Before.
North Carolina only once in all these years as well. And Bill Guthridge was the coach. Dean had just stepped down, and I was a first-year coach at Richmond, and we actually had a home game with North Carolina with Antron Jameson and Vince Carter, and it was a good game. They beat us, but it was good. It was a fairly good game. It wasn't close, but it was. That's it. That's it. It seems like we're always. We've been at several regionals where they're playing somebody, and we end up playing Duke or something, right? Because I know, if you go to, like, I think twice that might have happened, where they were in the same regional as we were. But no, I haven't done it. It's probably good news.
And then watching them on
You wouldn't be
tape,
talking about my 0 for a record against North Carolina right now. It'd be good.
watching them on tape, they've got, two freshmen big men that are getting, a fair amount of minutes.
Yeah.
I guess, is there anything about freshmen big men in general that can be exploitable? Are there tendencies that they might?
Most freshmen are gonna have a really, that you'll try to take advantage of those situations when you can, whether it's a backdoor cut or whether it's just doubling them in the post, anything that you can do just to throw them off a little bit. Don't let them get in their rhythm. So it is, but they have a couple of other freshmen playing as well. And I would expect Eli will start again, and Isaiah will come off the bench again, and Jordan Poole will come off the bench. So we'll have three freshmen out there too.
And
Coach, I'm curious, back here, just was in East Lansing, Tom said that's one of the worst shooting performances that he's seen UNC have. They're not that bad. Do you buy into the whole bounce back game from a team that knows that they can be better than they were the last outing, or are you kind of the even keel type? You expect them to have a
Well, I think they shot poorly because Michigan State guarded the heck out of them. Michigan State, again, they had great quickness, they had great length. Jackson's added a lot to that, and they are really making plays that the freshmen were maybe last year were tape delayed in, and now they're on. There's just this huge difference from one year to another with some young men, and that was an elite defensive performance. I didn't see them have many open shots in that game. So, no, they're going to bounce back. I mean, they had a long journey back. Roy will have a good practice today, and they'll be ready for us tomorrow. And once again, you're going to Chapel Hill. You're playing the Smith Center. I mean, this is they'll be packed. Michigan is coming to town, and they'll be ready to go.